Welcome to Big League TV. We have with us the illustrious Mr. Lloyd. Joe Fraser Campbell. You introduce yourself. I lied. It is a long time, you know. So we're going to
well overdue.
More than overdue.
Yeah.
First question though. Why Joe Fraser?
Well, in the beginning when I started, it was Spider-Man because I was fascinated by Spider-Man. I used to read a lot of the comics, so I had a label called Spider-Man. And then along the way, I don't know, one day, it was a rhythm track Ansel Collins was doing in the studio. And the rhythm name Joe Fraser. Pa, 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 ba, da, da. And that's how I came up and said, I'm going to make a label and call it Joe Fraser. And that's how Joe Fraser came about.
How many records you did on Spider label?
Oh, a lot.
Biggest one?
I think one of the big one was Won't You Come Home with Ronnie Davis, and In a This Time with the Idols.
When you started recording, was this like Randy's or you just used to use in the studio?
No, when I started, it was Randy's Shooter 17, North Parade. As you know, that was Miss Pat, which is now VP.
Just got our OD.
Yeah.
So that's where you recorded, or that's where you started?
Yeah, but I started in England first.
Oh, you started in England before you...
Yes, I started doing some recording in England.
That's old,
I mean, I'm not that old. You want to know my age, but now I'm tell you still. But I've been in the business from England days. I was living in England for a while, and there was a club in Brixton by the name of Ram Jam. And I used to be the DJ in Ram Jam.
Hold on, back up. You used to be the what?
The disc jockey.
Actually play music.
Entertain.
Well,
and also,
I know you too long and I never know that.
Well, you see, that's another thing you don't know. I had a son in England also named Lloyd the Matador, who used to play alongside Duke Reid in England and Sir Coxsone in England, because they had those sounds in England in those days also.
But were you a part of Lloyd the Matador?
The song belonged to me.
Lloyd the Matador?
Lloyd the Matador in England, because you had a Lloyd the Matador in Jamaica.
Okay.
So we used the name just like Coxsone.
Lloyd the Matador was a producer?
He was a producer, and myself come to be a producer also.
Okay, so you just copy Lloyd the Matador.
Yeah,
and
in a farmer way, yeah.
Let me ask you a question about London. We talk about London. It is... Well, a lot of people might say the best reggae music was made in England.
Well, Lovers Rock.
Best Lovers Rock.
Yeah, it was made in England in those days, which was like early 70s coming along. You had some good little singers, the Sandra Cross, the
Janet Lee Davis
and Deborah Glasgow, who passed away some years ago.
Well, a lot of people don't know she was on the champion level with
Shabba Ranks, So it all really, I would say, as you said, the best set of songs, like Lovers Rock, really nice music was made in England.
When you left England, did you work with Chin Randy's, or you just used to just hang out, like most of us just hang out down at Chin Randy's?
I went back to Jamaica, and there was a group by the name of Rockin' Horse.
Never heard of them.
Yes, Rockin' Horse. They used to do background vocal for Jimmy London, when Jimmy London used to be singing, those Bridge Over Troubled Water and all them songs. And I met up with one of the guys in there by the name of Keith Poppin.
Okay.
And I took Keith out of the group and gave him a song that I co-wrote called Same Thing for Breakfast, which was a monster hit when it came out in Jamaica.
In Jamaica, when we talk about monster hit in those days, any good record would sell anywhere between 30 to 40,000.
Well, that song sold about 35,000 segments in those days. So that was a good selling record.
And after Keith Poppin, which...
After Keith Poppin, I was working also with Joy White. A lot of people don't know the first hit that Joy White had, Dread Out There, I was responsible for that song.
Did you produce that?
Yes.
There was some story, and what song she made after that?
She did a couple more songs for Piggy.
Piggy, right.
She did some songs for Piggy after I did some work with her. I did like about 4 songs with her. I did even that cover version, First Cut is the Deepest,
right,
which was also a big song for her also, you know. And the Itals came about with Keith Porter.
Okay.
What happened, we had the rhythm track of that I created originally was called Won't You Come Home with Ronnie Davis. And we went back in the studio and did this in a different time, which was voice, the lead vocal on it was by Keith Porter and Ronnie Davis singing harmonies.
Harmonies on that.
So we were thinking of a name to put on the record, and we were going to put Keith Porter and Ronnie Davis. But then I said one day, I was at Chisholm Avenue, and I said, no, we have to come up with a name better than that. And I had a good friend who we sort of grew up as like brothers. I used to work at RGR by the name of Brian Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
Those days you had Brian Thomas, Raymond Marshall, and what the child you the name again? Wayne Chin. And we were sitting in this bar at Chisholm Avenue, and we were there thinking of names. And we came up with this name, Itals. And that's how the Ital name was created. And that song came out, and it was a monster hit also, in a this time.
Good. Did you recently redo that rhythm?
No, I haven't done it over. Somebody in France did it over. But the song, the rhythm that I recently did over that I think you're thinking about also is the one called Fingerprint.
Okay.
It was originally called Don't Bother Me by a group by the name of the Terrors.
Terrors, okay. And you recently did a compilation on the rhythm?
Yes.
Okay. Big League TV, we're going to take a short break, come back with Lloyd Campbell and talk to him some more. We'll be right back. And we're back, Big League TV. We have Lloyd Campbell, otherwise known as Mr. Joe Fraser. We're talking about Fingerprint.
Fingerprint. Yes.
And the old London. Did you actually work at Chin Randy's downtown?
Yeah. Oh yes, yes. We used to hang about at Chancery Corner and Parade. We used to call it Eyeglass Race. And those days, we used to go Eyeglass Race every morning, like from 8 o'clock. Any musician you wanted to find, any artist, like, you know, Sly in the early days. I and Sly Dunbar have been friends from when he used to live at Olympic way, in the same yard where Joy White came from.
Okay.
And Dougie Radbray and Ansel Collins, all of us. So it was like a family thing, you know. Every morning everybody is there till evening 6 o'clock. Sometimes a man just come on and he want to do a session and musician is there already, just say, boy, upstairs. And you pick out the musician them you want, you go upstairs, Randy's there and go do your rhythm. Sometimes you had Errol Thompson, who passed away, I think last year sometime.
Champion engineer.
One of the best out of Jamaica.
Out of Jamaica.
Yeah.
Worked with Joe Gibbs after.
Yeah, after. He was.
Yeah. I think he created an old Joe Gibbs song.
Well, I would say he created a sound at Joe Gibbs Studio which was unbelievable because in those days the things were so limited in the equipment, and he created and had a sound there like a stereo sound. And until today, if you listen to those songs that came out of Joe Gibbs, they were completely different.
A lot of the Dennis Brown,
a lot of Dennis Brown and culture stuff.
Culture stuff.
Because we used to have we used to have like rehearsal every Wednesday.
Okay.
Run by Joe Gibbs, you know, where the new talents come and you know, we had this audition thing, and that's how it started at Joe Gibbs also.
How did you meet Robbie Shakespeare?
Well, you know, you're in the business and you just eventually just meet up with someone and you become friends and everybody just up and down, and you know, it's just a family thing. Not like today, you know. In those days it was family. It was more of a family thing than a money thing, you know. And when you go in the studio to work, it was like, people used to enjoy it. You know, we used to enjoy ourselves. We used
to do it for the love of the music.
Yeah. And that's why today it hurts when you see some of the destruction where the music is today. It hurts.
Gonna get there.
Yeah.
Before we get there, we have to get to, you know, eradication. How did you actually meet Yellow Man and that whole time that you spent with Yellow Man producing?
Well, how that all started, you know, I used to be up by Aquarius in Halfway Tree up by Herman and Chinloy. And Yellow Man and Fathead used to hang about down by Slipe Road at Prince Tony's store. And we were there one day and he came up to the shop and checked me. And there was a song before Radication. I can't remember the song anyway. But anyway, one day he came back and saw me and Fathead come and said, boy, we don't have this bad tune with all dancing and everybody love it. I said, which tune? And him start give some of the lyrics. Because in those days though, as great as Yellow Man was when he started and until today, Fathead was a great inspiration to Yellow Man, and a lot of people didn't know that. So we said, okay, we went around the studio, and because in those days, you know, you have your tape and about some of the studio then. So like we had Mervyn Williams, we call him Monkey, nickname. He works within a circle as an engineer too. And we put the tape on and Yellow was in there, our vibes in. And at the time you had the police force thing, there was a thing called Radication, the police them. And that's how Radication came about, you know. And it started from there with Yellow Man and myself, and then eventually one day when Diseases came out by Michigan and Smiley, we were in the studio running through some tapes and Yellow was there. And that's where also this tune was created, the answer to Diseases, which was Over Me, where Yellow Man did about Grace Tomato Ketchup. And the next part of the song, like part 2 was Shorts, which was the answer to Diseases.
Right.
And I remember those days it was really fun, Musa, where, you know, we used to have the speaker outside Aquarius in Halfway Tree. You know, the bus stop was across the road. So when you put on a tune in Aquarius, people over the bus stop hear a tune playing, everybody run across. Well, it was crazy, but it was nice.
But you know, you'll be surprised that in Coxon, when Mr. Dodd make a song, he would take the Chum's Emporium, because the bus stop was across the street. He couldn't get earplay because, you know, them days it was hard to get earplay, especially them songs. And that's where he used to play. People across the street run inside and buy the record.
That was the best way to promote the thing, than even the radio.
Because
once you have jukebox, because once the crowd is about and they're hearing the song, and if it's a good song, that's where it's going to start. And then eventually the radio will pick it up along the way.
Who came after Yellow Man?
Well,
that we know of.
That you know of Joy White.
Dread Out There?
Dread Out There. And how did that happen? There was a little girl from Olympic Way by the name of Monica Sinclair.
Okay.
There's a story that goes there, because I don't want to get into that.
I know what story you're talking about.
But she came out there with a song one day. And they took her up the road at King Street and Chancery Lane. And the song was recorded after a couple of weeks, and other people claimed the rights of the song.
Oh, we don't, you know, well.
But then she came back one day to me, and if you listen to Dread Out There, the whole concept of the song, you would know that the girl.
Lady, we don't have to hide it.
No, hold on.
Dread, Nancy Dread was the name of the song.
Yeah.
And they took it to Bob Marley.
Yeah.
And Bob recorded it and never tell her.
You know what I mean?
We have to tell the truth. The truth is the truth.
Yeah. And she came back the day and she came with this song. And when I heard the song, man, I said, boy, this song is bad. And she was just 11 years old. So we arranged and went to the studio. I think it was a Saturday. Yeah, the Saturday. We were all out there Friday night. Sly, Ansel, Dougie, the whole of us. Because we used to travel, Light Parks, the whole of us used to travel in a group, you know. Drive all about Port Royal, the little girls and all and thing, you know.
Yeah, musicians.
Yeah. And the Saturday morning we went to the studio. And apparently it was us, Sly, myself, Ansel Collins and Lloyd Parks was there, because the rest of the man them never reached. And the little girl came on and she was singing the song, and them guys was putting you know, the track to it. And she said, boy, no, I don't like that. So we said, all right, tell Ansel how you want it. And she was there singing it with a wicked vibes and sly catch I think poo-doo, 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 poo-poo. And it was so fun and great. But the biggest mistake we made that day, we should have taken that song like right away while she was doing it because the vibes that she had.
At that time, so the first cut is all.
Yes. So when we went back, how Joyride came about now, we went back now to voice it through with Monica.
Mm-hmm.
And when we went back now, she was singing a different melody now to what was originally laid, you know. And we were in there for hours and we just couldn't get it. So Joy used to come to the studio and bother me, and we just said to her one day, okay, you know what we're going to do, Joy? We're going to let you voice the song, and whatever comes out of the song, we split it with you and Monica, and that's how Dread came about. And you know the funniest thing, Musa, when Dread came about, Dread Out There came about, you had the flying cymbal that was creating a star with Bonnie created with Johnny Clark. That was like Non-Child Escape, Shaliman and all them tunes mashing up the place, and everybody saying to me, boy, how you going to come with this tune and now? Because you don't have no chance with this tune even though it's bad. And you know, I never back off. I still come with Dread Out There, and in the heat, and boy, trust me, Dread Out There created a star.
Yeah, I remember when
mashed the place up.
Yeah, man, I was playing.
It came out on an Eagle label. I had a label called Eagle also, and it just come and mash the place up, you know.
When they were playing at South Hill Plaza, my son was playing and she came out there, she sing it. And I never forget her, and then she did a couple of songs with Jojo then.
Yes.
I channel with Sly then.
True.
Come on. Joe Fraser, Big League TV, we're going to take a short break and we'll be right back. And we're back with Lloyd Campbell. Lloydie, Big League TV is back with Lloyd Campbell. Let me just get that straight. We'll talk about a little thing now that a lot of people probably don't even want to talk about as producers. The music as it is today, from the Yellow Man era with Operation Eradication down to now, because you have stayed in the mainstream, you have not gone away from the traditional, what we call mainstream reggae music.
True.
Why have you not gone into the populace, the everyday thing?
Well, the reason for that is that I believe in certain things. And when I got involved with the music thing, it was more a middle of the road, lovers rock thing. I would say I took a page out of Striker Lee book. People like Striker Lee, Rupie Edwards, Leslie Kang, and a few more, Mr. Dad and Treasure, who had made great music in those times, and I have tried to stick to that road where the hype up thing and the crazy thing, everybody can be doing the same thing. And even though it might be rough, I have just decided to stay the course of that road through the storm or whatever. Because I think to myself, when the good Lord is ready for me and I leave this world, people will take up some of my product and say, boy, you know, I really like Campbell, Joe Fraser, make some classic songs that will live on over the years, where my children and maybe their children after will always be having my catalog to maybe benefit if the world is still around.
Well, your daughter on all of the albums?
Yes,
Michelle.
Michelle, otherwise they call her Lady English.
Yes.
But Jamusa, hear me now. You see this thing, there's a lot more things we need to discuss, but I guess you're going to have a part two. Because there's a lot of things still that need to be bring out into the light.
Let me tell you what we want to do. We want to get a forum where people like yourself, Willie Lindo, maybe Freddie McGregor. If we can draw Robbie Shakespeare here, we want to have a forum where we can discuss the music and this thing. And
we need a radar personality apart from you.
No, I won't be there. We bring somebody.
No, you're going to be still the moderator. You're going to be the moderator, but we need a radar personality also.
We need a radar personality who's in this business. We're not talking about a new radar personality.
No, we're the new radar.
All that can be a part of it.
And not the new radar so-called personality. The sound system players.
We want the people who have been in the business for a while.
You know something? And you touched a point earlier on, like anybody can go and buy some time on the radio now. And a lot of these people who go on the radio is like people who plays in club. And I think what happened with a lot of them don't realize the radio is a different thing from club. And when them go on the radio, it's like them did play some tune, they might maybe try to play something right, and all of a sudden something just clicking at them and them think them in a club and them start the arms house thing on the radio too. And it just broke down everything.
Well,
unprofessionalism, I call it. You know what I mean?
More I say, progress.
You know,
right?
It's sad. It's sad.
But we are running out of time. We're going to make it part 2 though.
Yeah, well, you know, it was a pleasure coming and giving my little 2 cents and big league here.
No man, a big sense.
You know, this afternoon here. And as I say, I hope the public out there really come out, and advertisers need to come and support Big League, because we want this thing to stay on the TV, you know what I mean? We really want it to stay, because when we have something in our organization, our people, we need to get more support to keep it going. And that's a thing that we have always failed along the line. But this time, try and keep this thing going, because it's very important. So you can learn, just like how you have some radio personality who try to teach you about the music, where it's coming from, and so. Same thing with Big League here right now. To be able to teach in a music lesson, put it this way.
Yeah, well, we're going to bring it back to that when we used to do that many years ago. And don't make it happen that we say, boy, we never know what we had. Lloyd Campbell, Mr. Joe Fraser, respects. I know your phone ringing. I don't want it to ring again. I don't want to have no problem. But we're going to do part 2 because we want to hook you guys up with Sly and do a nice forum. Big League TV, I want to thank you so much.
Well, it was a pleasure being here. It was a pleasure. Honor and a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, man. Straight up. Lloyd Campbell. Big respect.